clear. Monks, gotta, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up. Need that, get that, back up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, back up. Bro wants to ice on his wrist, bro wants to turn to a freezer. There's no doubt with your girl, I was with her, went to meet her. Rack up, rack up, backs, rack up, backs, rack up, ayy. Need that, get that, rack up, rack up. Look at the flare, look over there.
Ammi got the titties out today.
Oh man.
You got the titties out. When you got in the back seat, I was like, who is that? Wow, you know him?
I look like a new person.
You know what? It looks like it's some new people.
It's the change.
It's some new people here with you. You brought some people. You brought the game.
That's how you doing it, huh?
I didn't know her boobs were this big. Like,
yeah, man,
I'm looking at you in a different light.
You funny. You funny, man. Look, I ain't that bad looking.
No, I never said that, but I didn't know you
nice.
I didn't know you had titties. I didn't know you had titties.
Yes, I have titties.
Like, I have titties. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna talk about your titties no more.
Like,
They just there, bruh.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, I call that the Enrique Iglesias moment.
Iglesias.
the Enrique Iglesias moment. Like, you got the chest popping out like
all you
slightly.
need is some wind.
Baby oil, you know what I'm saying? This baby oil right here.
Man.
Go ahead, it's summer. Go ahead.
Oh,
with it.
Man.
Y'all gonna see. Look, we go to pool parties and stuff. Y'all gonna see them out.
I don't know if I can deal with that.
Do what?
Your titties out. This is distracting. Like, I feel so uncomfortable right now.
How you gonna handle the pool party? Then?
Right.
Like,
No, it's not. I'm cool with being around titties. It's just because it's you. I'm like,
Who is this person?
I saw titties went first. When I saw her, when she got in the car, I was like,
You saw titties first.
I haven't looked in her eyes this whole time she's been here.
You was like, what? Is that Amber?
Yeah, she had to know it's me, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. But it has to be her. But I'm gonna question her later.
I was back there looking like, wait a minute, who are these other two people with you?
Yeah.
These other two people attached to my body.
Wow. Okay.
So you have your titties out too, man.
But my titties aren't like your titties, though. People don't notice my titties.
It's like your shirt don't even have buttons.
They don't.
They don't.
I don't wear bras
I got buttons.
ever. I don't ever feel it's necessary that I wear a bra. And then it's like people, my mom is so old school. She'll be like, I hope you're wearing bras to work. You know? And I'm like, why is it necessary? Honestly,
Yeah,
especially right now.
You kind of need to wear a bra to work, bro. Like,
Nah,
you can't
right
get around
now
that.
I'm in an advantage because one, I don't have a very large chest. I don't have big boobs. Two, the Me Too era is like lit. You know, like, what do you mean I need to wear a bra? Why? Why do I need to wear a bra?
Why?
What's up?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Is it because I'm this color?
You know, because we did come here to work. Like, why are you looking at my chest,
But at
bro?
the same time, it is tempting if you don't wear a bra. Like, I can't do that.
But at the same time, why is it cool with fellas wearing tight shirts and they nipples showing throughout the
They
shirt?
nipples hard as fuck, bro. Our nipples all do the same
like,
thing.
I'm not saying there is a difference.
yeah.
I'm just saying in general, like,
But no,
nobody should go to work like that. Like,
Hey,
you ever
man,
got that
I can
tight
control
pants
myself.
or you can see the imprint. Like, no, like, that's not cool.
I mean, but you need to know when to control yourself. Like,
so you
just
saying
'cause you got
anybody can dress how they want in any shape or fashion?
There's a level of profession. I do agree. But at the same time, if you got your print out in these pants because they fit you nicely. Now, if you come to work in some sweatpants versus some very nice tailored pants that show your print, two different things. Like,
Yeah,
okay, but I can't.
Somebody could feel that same way about your titties being out, but you not having no bra.
But how you go to the boss and be like, hey, look, this is the fifth time she did not wear a bra. It's getting out of hand. I don't know if I can work with her.
but isn't it interesting to recognize that double standard right there? Because you can literally have fellas out here with
it's always
nipples out,
nipples
nips.
like
It's always
protruding
been.
through the shirt. And it's like, but you can't handle a woman's nipple through a shirt.
Well, then also, even with women, like some women that have bigger titties, like that are like JKL type titties, like when they wear normal shirts, believe it or not, it might come out as, oh, they being slutty or whatever, but they're not. Their titties are that big.
That's just their
but
body.
most people on the outside are like, oh, she doesn't know how to dress and cover her big, you know, her.
Why should she?
But it does bring a good point. It's like, how am I? This is this is how my God made me. The higher being made me this way. How can I control?
God made me this way.
But did y'all see that thing where the Dallas news anchor Dimitri something?
Oh, she good looking, right?
Yeah. But she
I
got
was just
caught.
about to ask if she fine.
Yeah, she's very fine. But she got caught out on Facebook saying this girl on the Dallas news station has this super tight dress on and this is inappropriate for television. Something like that this lady posted on Facebook. But the thing about it is you just have a thick woman who fills out a dress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why can't it be that
So why-
perspective instead
yeah.
of the negative perspective?
The
of it
thing
all?
is, I'm not trying to be sexy when I go to work, but why I gotta be ugly? Like, why do I have to dress like a grandma? Why do I have to wear a whole funeral dress to work
Yeah.
so that I can everybody will be comfortable? Like, why can't I just be comfortable? Bras are uncomfortable. My boobs are not that big. They stay in place when I don't have on a bra, so I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I'm not trying to get anybody to follow my DMs because of it. I don't have any bad intentions. It just feels better for me not to wear a bra.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why that's the issue. People always feel like it's okay to be like, do you have on a bra today? It's like, why the fuck do you think this is okay? I can go to HR right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then HR might still give you flack.
Why? That's not your business to be like, well, why don't you wear a bra? That's not a part of the dress code. You didn't say I had to come to work with a bra. There's people who don't wear drawers all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not looking in your pants to see what's going on. I don't know when other females don't have bras on. It's not my business. I don't care. That's sexual harassment. I need to stop that shit.
So, as y'all can tell, we are back in deep discussion. It is after 2 a.m. I'm your girl, Ammi.
Michelle URL here. What's up?
Chamelle,
Spell it. C-H-A. No, she always spell it.
they call me USHERRAYMOMD. Now, baby, tell me what you want to do with me. Got
Hey.
feeling like Jodeci. That's it. That's all.
I like
Okay.
that.
Going
Yeah.
back.
that.
Cool.
Okay.
So, well, go ahead. Man.
Yeah, no, I mean, so what do y'all want to talk about? We just, in that little tidbit, kind of touched on a few different things, right? The workplace environment.
What's proper to wear, what's not proper. Hashtag
Damn.
Me Too movement.
Me too. That's real, bro. Y'all need to stop that. It's a lot of sexual assault going on out there. I try to be mindful of how I come at people. Like, not even
You
like
have to, though.
because
Yeah.
It's getting crazy now. Like, you can literally say something that's not even sexual, which can still be considered sexual, like harassment. In a sense, like, for real.
I think it's your intent though. People can tell. You know, I feel like
Not all the time.
not all the time, but I feel like sometimes it's like you overdoing it, you forcing it. But I feel like because this just happened, like being like people saying, "Hey, you are doing a lot." Like somebody come up to me and be like, "Damn, do you have on a bra?" Like, why is it the first thing you came up to me and looked at? Like, that's sexual harassment, bro. Like, that means you've been paying too much attention to my chest area. That's things that we haven't pointed out in the past that needs to be called out. Like, you need to stay in your lane. But me being like, hey, to Michelle, and then Michelle taking that like,
But some people, but it could be. You know why that could be considered sexual assault? Because you touched her without asking.
you right, but it's like, I'm not touching I'm not like, hey,
rubbing.
what-
I mean,
you know, when you get in the center of the back.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate of how what some people actually think on a day-to-day basis. They still would consider that sexual assault. Yeah, people that are that kind of crazy in the head to be like, because to me, this is a nice gesture. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
Versus, you know, like, then you be like, you touch me? Like,
Have you ever gave your girl a hug like that?
But the thing about it is some people, I recognize that some people they communicate with touch.
yeah.
So there are some people who will
Do that.
feel like who will put their hand on your shoulder or X, Y, and Z. Now, if you put your hand on my thigh,
That's a
you know
problem.
what I mean?
You're doing too
that's
much.
a no-go.
Why'd you
But-
above the waist, fam? Above the waist. And I always tell people like, you don't have to touch me to talk to me. Like you don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But if you do, stay on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Don't touch my face. Don't touch my hair. Swan's voice. And stay like
I touch my ears.
That's not an invasion of privacy. Like, why you think you could just come up to me and be like, "Oh man, what's up?"
Yeah, just all of my shit. Like back up 50 feet. Yeah,
50 feet. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a part of the. Hey, man, white people. Me Too is not touching black people's hair. Like, not just walking up to them.
I'll touch her hair, but already touching it.
Hey. Can I? It's like
no. Like, why do you feel like my hair is so like very interesting?
I don't want no hands in my hair right now. That's a lot. That's a major commitment.
It feels bad. And I've definitely had that done to me. I'm trying to think if I've have it done at work. I don't think so.
I feel like you got your hair like that because you wanted hands in it.
Well, in a different scenario, yeah.
Okay.
A different scenario, but not to the point of like people being like, "Oh, can I touch?" Like me having black hair. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's a time and a place, and I feel like you should know
work etiquette.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you should know life etiquette. Like a stranger, if we not at work, don't come up on me trying to touch my curls.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you should just know the vibe. Like if I'm giving you the vibe that it's cool to touch my hair, cool. But you know what I'm saying, don't just offer that. Like, don't just think that that's something that you could do. Know your place, know your role.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
People just don't know their place.
Yeah, and
people don't care.
Well, I had one note about the Me Too movement. I was listening to this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of this podcast?
This one.
Look.
I want to say it was like Love Money something. It's by WNYC Studios. It's a really good podcast. But anyway, in this podcast, this guy was saying that since the Me Too movement, he now has to be aware. He now has to be more cautious around women because being a man, right? He has this idea that he's supposed to be the man and take control and be aggressive with the woman because that's what the woman wants, right? And some women do like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So now he's saying, he was like talking to this woman or whatever, and he's saying that he has to hold himself back even though he feels like that's what the woman is wanting.
Yeah.
So I just felt that was like a really interesting perspective.
I totally feel bad to a degree for guys coming into this because I feel like a lot of men feel like they're ambushed. This should have been something that was taught off the rip that it's not okay to do. You know, like even a guy slapping a girl's butt in like the 5th grade. It's like nobody was like, don't ever let a boy slap your butt. You know, like I did get like maybe an uncle tell me like don't let a boy grab your butt, but it was like that was the norm. Like I just felt like that was okay because everybody did it. That is sexual harassment as a child. Like you can't just come up and slap my butt. Like nigga, did I tell you that I was interested? Like don't just come grab me. But I feel like men are just thrown off guard because like you said, they feel like what a man's supposed to do is be aggressive, and they've set men up to believe that you have to be this hyper masculine person to be a man. Like you got to do certain things, like pay for every meal to be a man, or pay all the bills, and that doesn't really qualify you as a man. So like we set them up for a false reality, and now that they're being called out for it, it's like I don't even know how to operate around women.
Right.
That was my whole game, like being like, hey, like don't fucking at me.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, what is that? Like, but that's all you know. So I don't really know not to AA. And then when somebody be like, girl, have more respect for yourself. It's like, I didn't know that I wasn't respecting myself.
Yeah.
Like nobody taught me that either, to hold them like to that standard of coming up to me and starting a conversation and seeing if I'm interested.
Interesting.
And it's like crazy because on the flip side, it's like, I don't know, like guys also get heavily offended if you don't want to like mess with them or talk to them as well. I mean, I'm not every guy, but for the most part, I'm just saying, like some guys you'd be like, some guys that actually do try to come up to you in the manner of like not just being aggressive, be like, hey, da 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 da, and you be like, oh no, thank you, I didn't want your number anyway, B.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Is that being a man to you? Like, you gotta be fake, because technically you are aggressive. You're just being fake in that moment to get what you want, and then you turn right back to that person. So it's like, it does go back to the question: are they taught? The little boys.
Hey, if you can't handle
really
rejection, don't shoot your shot. Just side note, like that sounds like a dude that just isn't okay with rejection.
But even that's taught.
You're right, because that like we know, I've seen and been a part of situations where a guy got rejected, and his response was very aggressive.
Yeah, he threw a tantrum.
Yeah, and people don't like this. Is the thing, guys will for the most part not want to be broke around a woman because they know that's something that looks whack or get beat up. Like most men don't want to get beat up. Yeah. Like as a woman, it's like I'll walk away from a fight. It's not. Hey, I'm not fighting unless I absolutely have to. As a man, if you're in public and somebody calls you out, you kind of have to, because people are gonna look at you like you're a bitch if you don't. So I feel like as a man, it's a different situation for you. You think that you're supposed to be extremely aggressive.
I partly start to think about my brother. Mm-hmm. So my brother is like 7 years older than me, but I grew up watching my mother teach my brother how to treat women. So, I guess for me, I think a lot of it are these young men, these young boys being taught the necessary lessons to understand, okay, this is what you do and this is what you don't do. And I mean, and I'm kind of derailing right now, but even growing up and hearing my mother talk to my brother about, okay, hey, you're a young black man in rural Louisiana. Okay, this is what you do and don't do when a cop pulls you over. You know what I'm saying?
It's so necessary in that area.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
But, these are real conversations. And again, going back to us being millennials and we starting to see our friends having...
Are we millennials?
Yeah, we're millennials, yeah.
Barely. I thought I was Generation Y or X.
Z or whatever. No,
that's like the people that are like 18 right now.
Yeah, no, Generation X is people that are 18?
Basically, like that age group. I think it's to like 21.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the babies are like, why? It's like a lot of people.
I'm kind of confused, but I was trying to get... I was like, are we millennials? But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. But no, it just makes me think about how it starts at a young age. We have to start teaching the right lessons.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But think about all these people that are not really trained, like, basically, you have like people that have parents that are their friends. Like, growing up as kids, your mama 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, even 20, like, even 25 now, it still could be immature. Like, you still could be immature. Like, we might be more, 25 and up might be more mature, but not everybody our age is that way. And they still having kids and teaching those kids not what to, my point is, it's a continuous cycle. That I've seen, especially in the black community, but I mean, it might be in different communities, but I mean, I think with the black community, since I am black, it's like, I don't feel like little boys are not taught. It is like, even when they be like, little boy, you're like, hey, don't you hear people? But where are they learning that from? Majority comes from their parents or they surround them, their background, which kind of makes up their personality in a sense. Like, I don't know, it's kind of messed up. If you think about it, but I mean, we can reverse it some type of way.
Yeah, like my brother, we weren't allowed to hit each other like that. Like the thing is, I'm a person that believes equality. Like I'm not gonna put my hands on anybody, male or female, that I don't want to hit me back. I keep my hands to myself,
Yeah.
Like that's just not no shit I'm gonna do. And if somebody does put their hands on you, I don't give a fuck if you think he's stronger than her or not. If she puts her hands on me, I have reason to believe she's a threat. I have reason to believe to defend myself. But what I'm not gonna do is just use excessive force towards a woman just because I feel like I can. Like either way, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think that men are taught to just be like I didn't grow up that way. I have a lot of men who were taught like you don't disrespect women in these ways, you know, or this is how you coexist with women. I'll say that, not necessarily this is how you coexist with women. This is what you're not supposed to do as a man. Don't use that excessive force just because you feel like you can. You don't do that with anybody. If you're not gonna fight that dude down the street, you're not gonna do that with him. Don't do that with that woman because you feel like you can. Like. I feel like that's a thing that's taught. At the same time, I don't feel like it's about what age they are. I think you can teach a child how to, but it is a cycle of things. Like people know things don't make sense, but because tradition and that's what they've been taught and that's what they know, that's what we gonna roll with. A man is supposed to be big and strong, so like if somebody challenges you to a fight, you have to do it, even though that shit is stupid as fuck. I ain't trying to go to jail. I don't want no ticket.
For real.
I want to continue to enjoy my day. I don't want to get kicked out. Like it's a lot of stupid shit. Like you gonna get into a fight, is it really worth it? But because all these people think this same dumbass shit, it impairs your judgment. Like people always go with what they know, and I feel like what you're saying is very true. Society has forced this idea of what a man is supposed to do, and sometimes that shit don't make no sense, but this is all we know. So
so they just keep going along with it instead of correcting it. A man is supposed to cheat on his girlfriend repeatedly, and the girl is supposed to forgive him. This is what we are teaching you.
Men ain't shit,
right?
That narrative has been. The thing is, guys ride that wave like we ain't shit. I'm gonna be shit till I take me exactly. And it's a cool shit thing, but let Amber Rose do the slut walk, and it's like. You want to glorify being a slut?
Yeah.
What is a dog, nigga? Like, don't you brag about putting your dick in everybody with no condom? Like, don't you have 10 baby mamas? That shit is gross. But when it's a woman, it's like, she called herself a slut? What are we raising our kids to think?
Partners?
Like, nigga, if you're a rapper and you ever said some dumb, goofy ass shit like that, go to sleep. Go to sleep. If you got a bitch or a hoe in any of your lyrics, good night. Good night. What are you saying? Let Amber Rose get out here and fuck whoever she wants. Like, I promote female hoes.
To me, honestly, if you are engaging in a sexual act and with one person or even several, whatever, as long as you're careful and you are mature enough to handle the decision you're making, then fine. I don't have a problem with that. Me personally, like. If that's what you want to do. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go around doing it, but for you, if you accept yourself, why should I have a problem with what you're doing? And, like, that's why I can't stand when dudes be, like, doing that double, I'm a man. Like, you know, like, why you cheating on your girl? I be talking to my homeboys. Why you cheating on your girlfriend? You say you love her. Well, you know, I'm a man. I get tempted. Women get tempted too.
That's not an excuse, my nigga.
There's no excuse at all. People get tempted in general. Like, I'm a man. That has nothing to do with nothing.
I feel like you can love your partner and cheat on them. Do I encourage cheating? Because especially if you're exclusive, if you say you're exclusive, I feel like that shit's stupid. Right. Like, if you're just dating and you guys have an understanding, like, okay, well, I mean, honestly, you're single till you married anyway. So
you
do what you want.
You said that you believe that someone you can be in love with someone and also cheat on them.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you say that?
Sex to me isn't always about loving the person you're having sex with. You're being intimate with.
So maybe those particular people are not truly wanting monogamous relationships. Maybe
they just want to get that. They want to finish that out.
Finish that out for how long though? You have people that continuously cheat on their
You're right, but that's a case by case basis. Sometimes everybody you guys slept with, y'all had like a thing for. Y'all have never had sex with anybody that was just like, that's it. I just want to fuck you. It happens. Not every time I fuck someone.
Have you?
Well, but my thing is like, so that feeling is strong enough that you're willing to hurt the other person that you are in love with?
They don't necessarily have to know. If you're not sloppy and you...
But see, that's where I get fucked up, because if you have sat down and you have committed yourself to this person, right? Monogamous relationship, okay?
Okay.
And you have this agreement and you have this trust among one another that you're going to be in a monogamous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like it really matters enough to you to have some fun sex with someone else to potentially hurt this person that you're in love with. See, that's where I get fucked up.
No, I completely understand. It's like we hurt the people that we're with all the time. Some way, one way or another. We have arguments, we have disagreements, whatever. I understand. I understand all that because if somebody had somebody that I'm intimate with, somebody that I'm pretty exclusive with, and we kind of like maintain a pretty consistent relationship, if they did that, if they had sex with somebody else, it's 1,000 things are going to run through my mind. Like, I'm going to be hurt. But at the same time, if I feel strongly enough about you, is that really the determining factor? Like, if it was just a one-time thing, like, if it was just a moment of passion, is it worth our bond? Is it worth the time that we've spent with each other?
It just raises, basically, that action in itself, when you're so-called a monogamous relationship, starts to raise question. That's basically it. It just raises question because in my, like, I think we kind of briefly talked on this on another podcast, I can't remember, but for me, it's like, if you were just upfront about your desire or maybe what you want to do, then maybe I'll give you the answer you're looking for. Or maybe I might even surprise you and be like, you know what, you can have this one pass. Or let's do it together as a threesome. You don't give me that opportunity. Like, you already make the decision for me in a sense. But I know for you even briefly said yourself that if someone did cheat on you, you wouldn't even want to know. But
no, what I'm saying is basically more so about the relationship, the after effect. Like, even if y'all break up and you still communicate with them, as long as we still good, like, what I'm saying is not communicating with them at all after I find out about this.
Okay.
If I really, like, just imagine being married to someone for years, 20 years, they have sex with someone, as long as they're like, hey, that's all it was. For me, I don't know if that would be the determining factor for me to just be done with them.
Well, maybe...
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna simply say maybe not. Maybe that's not a determining fact. Like, something to dead the relationship over. But that's something for me. That's something hard to come back from. I'm gonna have a hard time trusting you from there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Because I don't think it's as simple as what you're saying or what you're projecting.
No. I do say I don't think that it's something that you could just bounce back from, because you need trust and you need communication. If I can't trust what you're communicating to me, then it's going to be very hard for us to move forward. But at the same time, to completely cut you out of my life, I don't know how easy that is either.
It might not be easy. But what were you going to say? You were going to make a point, I think.
Well, no, for me, it's because how you're describing it, right? Mm-hmm. I just had sex. It was a moment of passion, right? Yeah. But I think, and I know you don't mean it to be simple, but I think it can be a lot deeper than just that, because like you're saying, it raises questions. It's the question of, okay, do you love me as much as you say you do?
Are you where you say you are?
Yeah, because why would you do that to me? Is there something wrong with that? Is there something wrong with the way we have sex? Why did you have to go have sex with someone else? What was so good about this girl that it was worth you jeopardizing our relationship?
Have y'all ever had sex with multiple people at a time? Like, not like a threesome or anything like that, but like you had sex with, while you're single, you only had sex with one person.
I'm not.
What?
What? What do you mean? Like, within a week, have I had sex with
the whole time you're single? Like, did you just have sex with one person?
The whole time I've been single for like.
So let me switch it up and say, you don't have a rotation. You don't have people that you like
would hit up possibly for like a sex night,
or you just have sex, just one sex partner.
I don't think of it as a rotation, but no. Okay, let me. Let me come back. Let me come back on that, because thinking about it, when I've been having sex with one person, majority of the time it is with that one person. Because with me, me, when I get involved with somebody, I'm kind of like, okay, cool, I got somebody. I don't have to be out here hooping and hollering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm chilling with this one person.
You settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I got someone right here. I'm just gonna chill out. It's been a very rare occasion that I've had, like, been hooking up with two people at the same time. Two people. Yeah.
But that's
me.
She was trying to get the name ready all the time. So you had.
That's really what I'm trying to say is, yeah, of course. The whole point I'm trying to make is, you guys are acting like having sex with people is always like something deeper than like if my partner.
No, I'm not acting like that. I do understand there's times where you might have a.
I'm not acting like that either.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, it's like for me, if my partner told me that was all it was, it could have just been that they were attracted to this person. In my mind, I just don't want to take it there. Like if you tell me it's something deeper, then of course that's when we need to take that time and we don't need to.
But my partner shouldn't be nothing. So at that point, we should have an open relationship.
We basically do till we married.
That's in your head, Chamelle. Like, not everybody
That shit don't really make sense though.
But that people can say the same thing about your perspective.
Because they didn't really sit down and thought about it. Literal, you can call somebody and be like, we broken up.
I know
Goodbye.
how you
I
I'm
never
just playing
talk to
devil's advocate. Like, I know other people, like, looking on the other end of YouTube videos gonna be like, Chamelle, what's he talking about? Like, nah. Like, they have a whole different view. That's why I'm playing devil's advocate. Because you're like, nah, they haven't sat and thought about it. Well, I mean, but a lot of people probably have thought about it and still came to the decision. I'm like, nah, don't want to have an open relationship. I'm dating one person. We date as if to marry. That's it.
Okay, when we married, then we'll talk. But until then, you live your best life. Because that shit is, this is the thing. You getting ready to get to that point. Why I'm going to bring the sand to the beach till we get to the beach? Like, I'm not carrying the sand. At the end of the day, if you genuinely want to fuck with me, I'm not about to give you these false obligations. Every time we come back to this point, I'm going to keep that same energy and I'm going to say the same thing. I'm not telling you to get off of Instagram. I'm not telling you to get off of Snapchat. I'm not telling you to do none of that shit. You do it on your own. You grow up.
I think some people just become a little possessive though. I'm not even speaking. I'm not even saying it in a negative way, but some people are possessive in the sense of like, nah, this is my person. We have sex. We have this connection. I don't want it to be tainted. So I want to just, because you're saying, nah, man, we should be able to connect with other people.
No. I'm
like
not
that.
necessarily saying that. I'm not saying because you're single, you have to. That's something that you get to a point to, and that's when I feel like we're ready to get married. When you're like, look, I've done this on my own. Like, not because you told me to. I was ready to stop fucking with other people. I don't want to tell you to stop fucking with other people. And all this time, when we get married, you've been having this urge to just get out. This shit just don't pop off. I don't feel like. Like, when you're committed to somebody and it's like something you want to do, you don't even look at people the same way. Yeah, you come across people who are attractive, but it's just not the same thing. I feel like you got that energy that you want to do something.
You're going to get a whole bunch of questions about your perspective on relationships.
It makes sense, bro. I've sat down with so many people and had this talk with them. And think about how many people have had failed relationships. How many relationships have y'all been in that were failed?
Is it possible that we don't know how to have good relationships?
Facts. That's why we practicing. That's why we need to stop trying to act like we married till we get there. Let you grow. We only gonna be able to grow together and trust each other is if we build to that shit. People always want to jump into a relationship and give a person 100% of their trust and then be so hurt when you realize this was the inevitable. We need to work to that point. I can't trust you with $1 million just because you ain't never stole from me. Let me build to that point.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I just don't think... I get what you're saying. On the reg, I don't know. Like, regular people are probably not gonna hit the hole that you talking about.
That's why so many broken people, because people don't know how to chill. When you're hurt, you need to not fuck with nobody. Like, I have a friend, she was dealing with a guy and, things weren't really necessarily working out. She was kind of digging him more than she was digging the other guys. And I was like, so, what's the bounce back? Like, we going out, we going to get on the hose or what? Just, being funny. And she was like, nah, I just need to be by myself. I need to meditate. I need to do yoga. It's other guys that she's cool with that are doing good things. And it's like her first mind wasn't to just bounce back with somebody else. Because when you get rejected, you want to be like that guy on the street and be like, fuck you then, bitch. And really not necessarily say that, but just go and react because you can't control your emotions. And I feel like that's what it is, not controlling your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want me, you don't necessarily know if you want me, my nigga. I'm going to give you the time. I'm going to give you the space. And when you really have thought about it, come back to me and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do nothing. I'm going to let you grow up. And we get to that point, I can really be secure with the situation. People get into marriages, they get married, and then they end up not together because they wasn't ready to grow with each other.
I mean, I definitely get what you're saying.
But I'm not fucking with it.
No, but when you explain it more and more, because we've had another conversation where you really went into detail about your thoughts on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm starting to tilt more towards your way.
Okay.
Okay. Because I understand the value.
Wait a minute. Keep going, man. Keep
Now,
going.
what I'm saying is I am starting to fall in line with the idea of, yes, we can be together, but until we have that ring and that legal obligation, let's keep it a little bit more relaxed, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean, though? See, that I think that goes into a whole sublet of things. It's like, okay, or if the... It's like, okay, what does that mean? What information can I share? What information
What
can I
you
not share?
wanna
What things
share.
can we do? What things can we not do?
But that's the thing. You place your own rules as you go. Like, if I feel comfortable enough to feel like, okay, I am going to share this with you because I feel like it's necessary. It's not like, if you do something nice for somebody, do you always have to get a thank you? If I did it for you, I don't give a fuck if you gave me a thank you. Like, people always try to be like, well, I don't give homeless people money because they might take it to the crack house. It's like, if I give it to you, it's not mine to dictate where you put it. It's not mine anymore. It's yours.
And I feel like what it does, it helps you build a solid friendship, okay?
Yes.
Because what the title of
Y'all not getting
boyfriend,
married till y'all
girlfriend...
40.
No, listen
Nah,
to
we'll
this.
probably get
Because-
married before everybody else, and it'd be longer.
Because what the problem with having the boyfriend girlfriend title is you start to do things out of obligation or feeling that you have to because of the pressure you have put on yourselves with the title, right? So if we're in a long relationship, let's just call it open. We'll just call it open right now. I don't know how to define it yet.
It's open.
Because it's
It's an open relationship.
because I used to be the one, I thought open relationships were dumb. I
Yeah.
never understood that.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, I feel like you can really build a true trust and foundation with your significant other in this sort of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to trust one another to be honest, or to be thoughtful. Okay, you know, I slept with someone the other week. I want to be thoughtful towards, you know, this. Do you see what I'm saying? What you laughing about?
She not hearing this though. She not hearing this though. This is the thing.
No.
Makes sense.
No, I'm not saying I don't hear you. That's not at all what I'm saying. I haven't said that not once.
Okay.
Have I?
No, right.
Exactly. I haven't
Okay.
said that not once. I do understand what you're saying. Now, on the flip side, I'm laughing because these females and even some of these dudes are not going to fall for that.
It ain't falling for nothing.
nothing to
It's
fall
not
for.
game, and it's the thing. People
I'm not
get
saying
caught.
it's a game. I'm saying in the sense, okay, if I call somebody I'm dating right now, like continuously dating, I was like, hey, I want to date other people, but I want to still have us. I'm going to get cursed out, upside down, around the
But
corner.
this is the thing, though. Why, if I'm being honest with you?
No, I'm just, but
You can be hurt, but if you think that if that for you is the determining factor on our relationship and you don't want to fuck with me no more, you aren't the one for me. I'm hanging on to the wrong one. For what? We got a little bit of time to be the age that we are. We get older every year.
I get what you're saying.
Why am I wasting my time with somebody who's not supposed to be the one?
So you saying the one will go through,
You grow together.
will be understanding of you still want to.
You got to.
Okay.
If I choose tomorrow, I don't want to date anybody else because there's somebody that I don't have time. I'm not focused on anybody else. Everybody else texts me. I'm not really interested unless I talk to this person. I cut everybody else off because I'm not doing this just to make myself feel good when they don't talk to me. If they don't talk to me, I cut that off. I'll be finished with that. People get into situations hurting other people because they hurt. Hurt people do really hurt people.
Yeah.
Because they should just take that time to just meditate and get their mind right. What did that rejection
you're
do
right.
to me, like, as far as security in my mind? Like, why was I so possessive over this person that really wasn't showing me
Just to
what
really
I
ponder
deserve?
over what-
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing it? Because I felt like I was ready for something I'm not with the wrong person.
Yeah, people don't. I see what you're saying.
It's not necessary. Just chill. Just take that
People
time.
can't chill.
Love
People
yourself.
can't be alone, bro.
And that's the thing. That's another thing that society forces. You need to,
with somebody.
being married is an accomplishment. Which it is. See, my parents just celebrated their 29th anniversary today, actually.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
man.
I was a product of that,
Okay.
so thank you. And it's like, in my mind, I'm like, God damn, 29 years?
That's a long time.
Do you deal with? Yeah, like you've seen each other
Man.
do so much. You know what I'm
so
saying?
much together.
So much. My parents are so comfortable with each other. It's like things that they do around each other. It's just like so like they just know each other. And it's like my mom. Like I was like I picked up my dad's phone was ringing, right? And I was talking to my mom, and they just so comfortable with this, you know, like we were talking about the passcode thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was like, dang, it's a girl, like calling them, and she was like, I'm not tripping on that. Like as long as that check get here, as long as all these bills are paid, like as long as, hey, I'm good. I don't care about that. Like there's no trust issues. There's no like question of loyalty. There's no
but
question.
That took work and that took years.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be a damaged person and keep letting people damage you and get to a point with somebody, because you always gonna be like, well, I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? It does take time, but at the same time, if you already been hurt, think about how many people get into relationships and have been hurt and they require a password. It's like, you don't even know shit about me. Why are you requiring that? I may even just give you my phone. Why is that? Why are you bringing this to a relationship? Because you were hurt with them. You're not seeing nobody differently.
Your baggage.
You got baggage. Let that shit go, bag lady. You gonna hurt your back. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Yeah, but no, just like, because I think about society and tradition, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tradition has been you find the love of your life in high school or junior high, and then you get married when you graduate.
Like, damn.
No, I mean, seriously, like,
that's
you
real
think about
though.
it, yeah.
Like,
And
that
so
is.
I think
It's
that's
like fairy tale.
Yeah.
Ending.
But I think that's part of the reason why we feel, I think particularly in our generation, we feel obligated to get in a relationship with someone and stay with them and try to make it work and, you know, get married young. And because that's what the tradition has been. You
Yep.
get married young, you have children, and you have your 60th wedding and anniversary party. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but I think things are starting to change nowadays because with poly, you know, and open relationships and things of that nature, which I think a lot of people put negative words to.
Yeah,
like
of course.
You know what I'm saying? But really, it's like, can we just like take our time and chill?
That's the problem.
Can we do that?
But how? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Even now, like me being 25, I kind of low key feel pressured to like figure out, you know, not from just me. I'm talking about society and just even my uncle. I went to visit my uncle. My uncle, he's like, so when you getting married, like, you know, like it's just.
Did I bring somebody, bro?
Did I bring somebody?
Have I been dating somebody?
But I'm just saying, and he did it out of innocence. But it was
No, of course.
so the question itself, and I even told my mom that day, I said, man, mom, he kind of making me feel like I'm taking too long. Like I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like how old do you have to be to be single in a sense? You know, not married. Like
Family Feud, the number one answer was 30.
30?
Yeah.
It's how, like, that's the dead
That's
cutoff.
that's the perfect age. They didn't say it was cut off, but it was the perfect age to get married. Because I feel like you're not the same person you are when you're 18, obviously, from 25.
Yeah, for sure.
Just imagine going through changes with somebody from 18 to 25. Nigga, I might want to kill you. I don't know who this new person is. Like, I don't know who you are. Like, 25 to 30, though, I feel like you're mentally at a capacity where I could take you serious. When you're seriously thinking about your life. At 25, I feel like if you're not projecting who you want to be 5 years from now, then I don't need to fuck with you. Like 25 should be a year where it's hitting you hard. Like, okay, I'm just getting older here, and this is who I want to evolve into. Like I've been evolving. This is what I want to do.
30 does seem like a good age.
30, I feel like we at an age where we working out our debts or whatever the fuck we got on. We really got a good job. We got a 401k.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our credit scores are getting nice. You know what I'm saying? We're at that age where we really are at a position where we can build with somebody seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine your first real relationship where you guys were like thugging it out.
Yeah. How
How much broke shit y'all went through together? That added so much more problems on top of the childish little shit that y'all went through.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't supposed to be in a serious relationship with nobody like that.
That soon.
Like that.
I went through it, man.
Went through it.
With a whole guy in a relationship, I was like, this is You know, looking back on it, it's like, dang, this is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was dealing with this, and I was still like, 20 in college? Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But you, again, you're taught, like, from the gate, be on the lookout.
Yeah.
You know, be
Yeah.
looking for your person.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have babies, too. You need to have babies so you can have a legacy. What about the women that don't want to have babies? Like, I might not want to have no kids. And there's nothing wrong with that if I do or don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not abnormal if I don't want to get married. It's not abnormal as a woman if I don't want to have kids.
Yeah,
like, people try to
population
shame
control
you.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, people be trying to shame you, like, all the time. Like, it's just mad crazy. Like, it's funny, though. Back to, so my cousin had a friend. He talked to me one day. I said, you know, how does it feel to be, because it was his birthday. You know, I went with Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went with his, but anyway, his friend was like, he's like, yeah, I'm doing this and that now, and I'm turned in 30-something. And I was like, man, I said, how does it feel to be this age? Because, I mean, I'm just curious out of, like, one day we're going to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. It's like, how does it feel? What do you feel career-wise? What do you feel relationship-wise? I was asking him this, and he was a cool guy. He said, you know how you had fun in your 20s? I was like, yeah. He was like, 30s is you a little bit older, but you got money now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, he's saying you can have fun just like in your 20s, but 30s, you got money now.
Yeah.
In 20s, you know we don't got no money. We trying to work stuff out now. Like, we trying to follow, you know, we trying to get the income like we want it now. But he's saying in your 30s, you got money now.
Yeah.
But it's just like your 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang. And he made me kind of excited to, like, get there, you know, and experience that. So, I don't know. It's just something I remember.
Especially when you look young, it's exciting to get old. It's like, hey,
I'm gonna look young. I feel like I'm gonna look young forever. Like some people
real,
like,
bro.
Hey baby, are you in class or are you? No, I'm picking up a cousin. I am way past what you think I am. I am not in middle school.
I got carded yesterday. That shit was wild. They didn't card nobody else at the table. It was somebody that was under 16 at the table. They didn't card nobody but me. I feel disrespected a little bit though. Like y'all profile.
Take it as a don't take it as disrespect. Take
I
it as
appreciate
a
it.
compliment. You look young.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like when I was like 23, 22, I was like, damn, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like now, recently turning 25, it's like
She's an OG now. She's an OG now.
Man.
But I almost enjoy getting older.
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel so much more comfortable in my body. I feel so much comfortable in the world. You know, I understand things so much better. And just like having just this overall view of my life and just, you know what I mean?
No,
and it's like I'm starting to feel more and more peace.
That wisdom,
I
that
feel
wisdom
so
coming in.
liberated, man. I really, really do. And it's like, kids who try to old shame people, like, I would never try to be 18. I would never want to go back to the age.
Good,
exactly. And it's like, I've been there, I've done that. I'm looking forward to getting older. I want to get older. Like, being young is overrated. Like, you know, you literal have to go through things. Like, for you to want to go back to 7 years old is you being afraid of what's happening in your life. Like, I'm cool with getting old as long as my progression matches.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not progressing, obviously you want to go back to high school. Like, niggas that I run into from high school, usually I don't want to talk to because they want to talk about high school. It's like, bruh, I don't give a fuck, okay? Like, I did not care. Like, the basketball games was not that lit. I mean, obviously, being a kid, I actually was so ready to leave that point in my life. Like, I remember being 18 and being like, I want to just fast forward this period.
I remember
like,
high
this
school.
is,
I was like,
this is just not what, like, I want to be doing. Like, mentally, I just felt like everybody around me was dumb as fuck. Like, obviously, people were smart and a little bit more mature, but I just felt like the things that we thought and we were fight about and were a big deal were just so pointless and so childish. Like,
that wisdom, you know, like, it's crazy. Like, if you are gaining so much knowledge being 25, I'm just saying, it's a scenario. Imagine how much knowledge you'll have at 50.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually beautiful growing old, especially growing older, especially if you have that wisdom there. Now, you have some old folks that are immature as from the time they were 18.
Yep.
Obviously, something happened.
Those are the ones that still go to high school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those are the ones that their growth was stumped in some type of way to where they couldn't. You 50 and you still immature. Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, progress is just
Tokyo Tony.
Tokyo. What is that?
Keep going. Black China's mama.
Oh, she's
Please watch.
stuck at
No, bro. Please
No,
watch
did
Black
not.
China's mom's videos. It's like literal. I think she's just on drugs. Like she's the type of woman that still fights when she goes out.
Really?
But that's all I'm just saying. Like fighting, like logically, just even if I'm a man,
Fighting,
like
nah.
that shit is silly. Unless somebody walks up on me and spits on me or puts their hands on someone around me, like unless they are really
Like
a
true
threat.
disrespect.
I'm just not doing it. It's not a big deal for me to give a fuck about you people who aren't bailing me out of jail.
And you know, just on that note, really quick, because how you're saying is like, because a man has to feel like they have to be a man and defend themselves, but really you're thinking about, I don't want to go to jail at night or this,
Yeah.
that. But it's like, it's true because my mom always taught me, if you go that way, what if you hit this person and they fall on their head and they're dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Was
now
it
you're
worth
being
it?
tried for murder.
Murder.
Like, bro, are you for real? And it's just like,
that easy.
It's crazy that society teaches you that that's dumb to think that way.
yeah. And on another note, and this actually recently happened, someone at my gym, he got in an altercation with someone, and this is just what I've heard, okay? He got in an altercation with someone, they were out drinking or whatever. So he wants to, huh?
Keep going.
And his family.
What?
Okay, so he was out drinking. We good? Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Bro, as soon as she pointed, I didn't even know what she was pointing at. I just hit that. Lock.
You read my mind.
Shit, I
bro.
still don't see what y'all was talking about.
I don't either. I still don't know, bro, but the lock was necessary.
Okay.
All right, keep going, man.
But anyway, I guess he had gotten an altercation with this guy, and he was manning up and was like banging on the front of this car or something like that, and he got ran over and died. So you have to think about, like, as a man, is it really worth you? You know, why are we teaching our kids this when you can literally lose your life over some dumb shit, over just trying to
Being
man
real
up?
goes wrong.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not fucking worth it.
It's not fucking worth it. Like, no matter what you did to me, like, even people on the road, like, sometimes I'll be like, bro, was me getting over before you really that important for you to drive? Speed up, drive by me, and be like concentrating on the road and looking at me to make sure I look at you so you can flip me off, my nigga. Was it really worth it? Was that energy? Did I really upset you that
It
much?
makes him feel better, though.
I know, and it's like, here we are
I
on
could have pulled a gun out on you.
No, I know.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Or you could have gotten in a car wreck and we both dead.
Exactly. You not paying attention. Exactly. I'm looking, you looking.
Like,
Freaking
think this through, people.
that shit, your life is worth more.
Actually
than
take the
you to
steps. Be
fucking
like,
look-
okay, A, is it worth it? B, does it make sense to get upset right now? You know what I'm saying?
Like-
Like go through the motions to truly make a wise decision.
And that's the thing that we should be forcing. Like, that's it. Like, just be smart about what you're
Make
doing.
wise decisions, bro.
Like,
Think
damn.
about consequences.
There are
Yeah.
consequences to your actions. Like, I think that past tense, that's just been the issue. It's no
Yeah.
consequences to your actions. So now that there's consequences, people have no choice but to think. Guys are more conscious about things they do. Even though I was taught all this time to be overly aggressive, I need to think this shit out.
Yeah.
Because it could go to the left real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I could have some issues.
I was waiting.
But on that note, y'all, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
What's going on, family? This is Ammi speaking to you right now. I wanted to thank everybody for watching after 2 a.m. and also listen to the podcast as well. You do know that we're on YouTube, and we also have our podcast available on iTunes, Spotify. Make sure that you follow us on our Instagram so that way you can stay connected with everything we're doing. We appreciate the love as always. Holla at you soon.
What's up, y'all? So we're back. So after the break, we kind of forgot what we were talking about.
Don't know where we were going. Like,
we can't even remember where we ended off. But we do want to say thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all the platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube, to the iTunes. Leave a review, leave comments, all that good stuff. Hit us up on our Instagram. It's after 2 a.m. Anything else, y'all?
Nah, man, we just thank y'all for the support. Definitely thank you for the support. Let us know your feedback. If you have any questions to ask us, if you have anything that you want us to maybe mention in the podcast, maybe a shout out, definitely holler at us and we'll see what we can do for you. But that's all I got to say, man.
Happy Pride. Today's last Sunday for Pride.
Yeah.
So,
You can
shout out to
put it
y'all.
up, man.
All we doing this is a group?
Nah.
And I guess with that, it's after 2 motherfucking a.m.
Bow.